Hi everybody, happy Sunday. I hope you've had an amazing week. Today in the question box, I got this little guy that sparked a little bit of a thought in my mind. This question asks, when switching Nail Thought's builder base colors, the tinted builder bases, do we have to soak off entirely to switch these colors? And I thought it would be a really good conversation to talk about a couple points in regards to like pitfalls of working with tinted builder bases and how to kind of work around them. So let's get into that conversation. So most of you know by now, but if some of you don't, I will explain very briefly. The Nail Thought's tinted builder bases are one of our most popular products by far. We have 17 different colors, and basically what this product is, it is a base, a builder, and a tinted color all in one. So it is a semi-sheer, buildable, structural, semi-hard gel. So you can basically do an entire manicure with this product, just apply it, top coat it, and you're done, which is great. But there's a couple pitfalls that come with working with tinted builder bases, very much like, if they want to switch a base color, if you want to identify lifting, if you want to build a longer nail, a stronger nail, things like this, a couple little questions. So we're going to go over 3 of them today. So first of all, the question that was asked. So say, for example, I have a client that I have built a structured gel manicure with Nail Thought's NTB3 Peach Base. This is definitely one of our most popular colors, nice kind of creamy peachy tone. So I've built a structured gel manicure. It's grown out for 3 weeks. Everything looks great, lasting really well. They come back and they want to switch to, say, strawberry milk base, which is more of a kind of light milky pink color. So obviously, if I were to go straight over top of that peach base and do an overlay of the strawberry milk base, the colors are kind of going to fight. They're not going to get on very well. So we're wondering if maybe we should do an entire soak off and then start fresh with a new overlay of the strawberry milk base, or what would the pitfalls be? So something that I think is good to understand about these colors is that they are semi-sheer. They're translucent, so they're not a fully opaque color, and we need that because they are builders, right? So we need the light to properly penetrate if we're applying a thicker layer, so that everything can cure properly, and you're not going to have any problems when your client wears these products. So because they're semi-sheer, when you build them up, yes, they do look more opaque. So with a structured gel manicure with the peach base, it is going to look like a pretty much solid peach-colored gel manicure. But what happens when you reduce that product, because it's semi-sheer, it becomes more see-through, more translucent. So typically what I would do in this instance is I would just reduce that peach base as much as I possibly can, maybe leave an eggshell kind of thin layer over top of the actual nail. As long as I'm not identifying any lifting or problem areas, I'm not really going to soak it all off. I'm just going to thin it right out so that there's not much of that peach base color, just a little bit of a tint. And then when you do your full overlay over top of it with the strawberry milk base, because you're building this color up over top, you're not going to see that peach base through very much. So typically, long story short, no, I don't do a full soak off. I will just reduce that product as much as comfortably possible and then do a new overlay with that new color. However, exceptions to every rule. If I were to do an overlay with, say, mocha base, which is like our darkest, deepest, kind of really nice, rich, chocolatey brown, if I had a structured gel manicure overlay of this product, and then I wanted to switch and go to like milky base, which is like a milky white color, obviously those colors are going to combat quite aggressively. So I would do a full soak off of the mocha base and then go ahead and do the milky white base overlay on a fresh natural nail, just to make sure that you're not getting any kind of combating tones. But it's only really more in extreme measures, if that makes any sense. If you've got this really dark brown and you got this really bright white and you want the bright white to look bright white, you're going to want to take that dark brown off. So troubleshot number 2 is identifying lifting with a tinted builder base. This is a question I get a lot. Obviously, when we're building a nail out of a color, so the entire structure is a colored gel, identifying lifting underneath that colored gel can be a little bit tricky, right? Because we have no way of actually seeing through that color until we go ahead and reduce this product. Like I said before, these are semi-sheer buildable colors so that when you build them up, they do have more color, but as you reduce them, they will be more see-through, more translucent. So by reducing the bulk when your client returns after, 2-3 weeks, whenever, however long they've gone, and you take the color down, because it becomes more translucent, you will be able to see that lifting. If you have a little pocket lifting or any lifting around the edges, it will become a little more visible as you reduce the product. If you're ever concerned that you're not seeing something or something looks a little bit questionable, reduce it a little more until you can see and properly identify what the situation is looking like. And if you do need to remove that lifting, you can do that and assess everything before you go ahead and rebalance. Troubleshot number 3. So we're going to be talking about if we were building out a longer nail. So this product is semi-hard, so it's pretty good for like short to medium length nails. And if your client has a very healthy nail, you can kind of get into the longer length. But obviously, if you have a longer nail, you're going to need a higher apex. So concerns may arise when using a tinted builder base if you're building a higher apex, if it's going to properly cure fully in your gel light or in your LED light. So when we're talking about that, there's two kind of ways you can go about this. For one, you can either switch to your Nail Thoughts Builder Clear, which is going to cure readily if you are applying a thicker layer because it is clear. The LED light will purely penetrate this gel and cure it fully. Or you can work in 2 to 3 thinner layers of your tinted builder base so that you're still gonna get that buildup, you're still gonna get that beautiful color, but it's going to be able to cure more readily because you're working in thinner layers. Little extra credit here. If you still want to work with these tinted builder bases on a longer nail, but maybe you're concerned that they are not strong enough to support that length, you could do a little bit of a combo move, a little bit of a cocktail. You could start out by doing one layer of your platinum filler base, which is a clear builder base still, but it's a little bit stronger than the Nail Thoughts builder bases, and then go ahead and do your second build with your Nail Thoughts tinted builder base. Because you're building this product, you're still going to get a really good color opacity from it, but you're going to have that little bit of extra strength from the platinum filler, and it's all going to look really good and last really well together. So there you go, just a little bit more information and maybe some troubleshooting tips and tricks with the Nail Thoughts tinted builder bases. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, as always, we have our cute little question box right here. Feel free to drop your questions in there, and I will do my very best to get back to you by the end of the day. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Have a super awesome week, and we will see you next time. Take care.